Did you see that? That's insane. Oh my God. So I just got off work and I'm sitting here and I was starting to edit a video, and it's been raining pretty much all afternoon on and off. So I was like, man, I gotta go fishing. The weather's just too nice for it because it's like 60, 70 degrees right now, raining, overcast. I mean, something is biting. So I went on and looked at the water temperatures for some of the bigger rivers around me, and they're sitting in the mid 70s. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go musky fishing, which I haven't gone musky fishing in probably 2 months. And honestly, I haven't caught a muskie in a few years just because I really haven't been fishing that much. It's mostly been Andrew. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go out to one of the rivers not too far away from me and see if I can't hook up with a few muskies. I don't know, what's the worst that could happen? I get to go out in a kayak and float down a river for a little bit. Let's see what happens. All right guys, so I'm starting off with my tried and true crane bait. It's actually a handmade West Virginia, or a handmade bait from West Virginia. Made by a guy named, is it Bill Crane, I think it is? Someone will probably correct me. But I love these stinking crankbaits. They are so good. Usually if muskies aren't following this, they're not following much. We'll see though. We will see. This creek looks like it's a little bit more muddy than the main river, which is kind of what I expected. I'm sure there's some fish up there, but with the water clarity, I'm not gonna bother with it. I mean, the main river's freaking blue. Got one. Holy cow. Oh my God, I didn't expect to actually catch a fish. Oh, it's coming towards me. Good God. Little musky. Musky nonetheless. That didn't take long. Oh my God, my heart's racing. Little fella. Woo. Let's go, boys. I don't think I need to get the net for this guy, although I might need pliers. Well, no, I'll get the net just to use the net. You know what I'm saying? Just to put a muskie in the net. Let's say it happened. You know what I'm saying? Let's go! Let's go! Oh man, it's not even very big. I'm just hyped to catch a fish. All right, guys. First muskie in probably 2 years. He's not very big. Look how pretty he is. He's got those beautiful, he's really colored up because he's a young muskie. And he's probably, well, I don't know. Probably not much more than like 20 some inches. I'd like to hold him up, but I don't think that's gonna be a possibility. Look at the tail. Man, these fish they're just so pretty. I'm not gonna be able to hold him up. It's not really big enough to hold him up anyway. He's probably gonna try to release him. I know, buddy. Look at that. Pretty little guy. Once again, nothing big, but I'm happy to catch him. All right. I'm just gonna lift him and shove him over the edge. And he's gone. Let's go. First muskie of the night. It took me, I mean, I don't know. I'll see how long I recorded on the GoPro, but I probably couldn't have recorded for more than like 5 minutes or something. I just fished this little other creek that came in, and then I just cast it over towards this log over here, and I got like one pull in and just wham! And yeah, muskie number one. That's a good sign. Hopefully we can catch a few more and try to make a video for you guys because this is exciting. I knew it would be a good day. I just didn't think I'd actually catch them. You know, it's like musky fishing is one of those things where you like fish for ages and ages and ages and never catch anything. So I knew it was a possibility that I could catch the muskie today based on the weather conditions, but you never expect to catch one. So let's keep going. All right guys, so I switched to double-bladed cowgirl. I'm just gonna use this around this corner here. You can see it's like deeper here. We got a little bit of a rock edge. I'm just gonna try this for a little bit because I know last time Andrew fished this, he told me that spinners move the most fish. So I'm gonna try spinners for a little bit, even though I really typically don't like spinners. We'll see if it moves a fish or two. If not, then I won't keep it on very long. But I'm gonna give it this stretch here because I ought to be able to move a muskie in this stretch. Should be able to. If they're even remotely feeding, I should be able to, that is. Guys, on the spinner. Oh God, it's a lot bigger one. I just don't want to pull the hook out. Spinner for the win. Oh buddy, we're going like a top. Come on buddy, stay hooked. A lot nicer fish. Look at that fish, boys. Jesus. Dude, he came up in slow motion. I was like, is that a fish? It was. What a nice fish, man. Need to get the net. Oh my God, that was the hardest net job of my life. Holy freaking cow. Oh, I couldn't reach it very well. Oh my gosh, but I got him in, that's all that matters. Oh, that's a much nicer muskie. Oh, my heart's racing. Am I recording still? Oh, buddy. Cast over here at this log on this side, just reeling. And I saw something behind it. I was like, is that a muskie behind it? And just as I saw that, the fish came up and he literally nipped on, like he ate the very back end of that. Look at that one, guys. That's a muskie worth catching. Oh, I'm shaking. I might actually paddle up here, see if I can set the camera up so I can get a shot at the fish. Oh my gosh. The power in these fish is incredible. I don't know what the odds are that I actually hold this fish up, to be honest. But... there we go, guys. Beautiful little muskie there. Look at this guy. I mean, he's just a gorgeous, you know, he's probably upper 30s muskie. So, yeah, I'm super happy with that fish. Super happy with that fish. So, I'm gonna go ahead and get her back in the water, and then here in a second, I'm gonna release it once I feel like the fish is ready. So, let's go. It's the second muskie, 2 muskie in a day. And like within an hour, probably, I'd say. If you're a muskie fisherman, you know that the smell of musky slime is like, it's different than the smell of any other like fish. It's really weird to describe, but if you've ever musky fished, you know that this is just like, it's just amazing. It doesn't get any better. So I think I just released the fish without hitting the record button. So if that is the case, then I truly apologize. It's kind of hard to solo film, especially with a muskie. Luckily, this bank has got like rock bank. Oh man, I thought I would catch one on this rock bank. Didn't see a fish and I'd like given up, so I stopped recording. Then I come down and I just cast along this log. Muskie came out and smashed it. Actually didn't smash it, it very tentatively ate the back end, which is where the hooks are, so that's all that matters. So, that's 2 muskie. I think I've been fishing for around an hour now. And that muskie, I didn't even measure it. I just let it go. She was kicking in the net like she wanted to leave, so I let her leave. It's not a big deal, but That muskie was way bigger than that first one I caught. I mean, the first was maybe like 24, 25, and that was probably more like 35, 36. If I was just guessing, I don't actually know. I'll have to look at the footage again and try to guess a little bit better, but whew, I'm excited and out of breath, and I'm gonna keep going because I haven't had a single follow, which is good and bad. Good thing is, actually it's really not bad. The good news is the fish aren't they're like eating. If they see the bait and they're actively feeding, they're eating it, they're not following it. So that's a good sign. So I'm gonna fish a little bit longer. I think it's like 6:30, 6:45. So I got probably another hour, hour and a half. I think I could catch at least one more muskie, or at least see another muskie before the end of this day. So let's get going. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's a good way to continue the day right there. And I really wrecked my ankle on those rocks at one point. Feels good, man. Feels good to be back on the musky grind. All right, guys, so I'm gonna keep with the spinner for a little bit. I've caught a fish on each thing I've thrown, but I said on that last little rock wall, I said, if I catch a muskie here, I'm gonna keep the spinner on for a little bit longer. And I caught one, so I'm gonna keep it on for a little bit longer and see what happens. We also got this long bank here of logs that come down through here. And I guarantee you there's a muskie in there. Now, I doubt I hook it, but it'd be nice to see if I move one or something through here. It's probably a good 50 to 100 yard stretch of good, beautiful water, good musky water, so. We'll see. Jesus, guys, did you see that? That was insane. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. That was incredible, guys. That was absolutely incredible. My heart is freaking racing. Just for the record too, I could have probably landed that fish if I had just like given him some line and not let him jump. But I mean, that fish was maybe 30 inches probably. And I wasn't like super concerned about it. Matter of fact, right before he jumped, I was like, in my mind, I was like, should I net this thing? Because I wasn't sure if I wanted to get the hook stuck in the net and have to deal with that right now. Because I'm running out of time, but oh my gosh, that was insane, dude. He just came out, whoosh, missed it. Ah, he came back. And that jump to get him off, like that was worth it. He deserves to get off with that type of jump. This log jam right here is what did it for him. That was insane. Absolutely insane. Go ahead and get out of this and keep going real quick while I still got time, because I'm running out of it quickly. All right, guys, that's the other tributary I wanted to fish to. It's not as big as I thought it was, but it's hard to tell when you're looking at a map. But that one muskie that I lost, that's the last muskie I've seen. So in total, I hooked 3 muskies on the way down here and landed 2 of them. And I moved one other one up just before I lost that one. That wasn't quite as big as that one, to be honest. But I moved it and I wasn't recording when I moved it. But this down that edge, all these down trees and stuff, that is so tempting to fish, but it is currently, what time is it? 7:56, so it's about time for me to start moving up, because it's probably gonna take me at least 30 minutes to paddle back up there after I cast a couple times. So if I get going now, I might be able to eat dinner
I leave now. So let's get paddling.
All right, so I hope you enjoyed this musky video. As I said in the video, I used to take musky fishing super seriously back 2 or 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago at this point, I don't even know. But I hadn't done it in a really long time, and it was good to get back out there, catch a few musky, and have a good time. And I think musky fishing is something that you're gonna see a lot more on the channel in the coming months and years, just because it's something that I really enjoy doing. It's a challenge, and the fish are big, they're mean, and they're just awesome fish. Another thing I'm sure people are gonna say is, why aren't you fly fishing for the musky? And that's because I do not have the gear to fly fish for musky right now. That is in the plans for the future. But as it sits right now, I don't even have an 8-weight because I broke my 8-weight. So, musky fishing is just not in the cards with the fly rod, but I do plan on doing that in the future. I'm looking at rods right now and trying to figure out how or which one I want to get, stuff like that. I'm looking at flies, I'm looking at the whole nine. So if you guys have any suggestions, for those of you that do musky fly fish, have any suggestions for me, leave them down in the comments below and I'll check them out. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. A little bit of musky fishing, a little bit something different other than the backcountry brook trout stuff. But I do have another brook trout video next week. So stay tuned, and thank you guys so much for watching.